You guys always start off silent so that I have to be the first one to talk.
Yeah,
We're
you're
like-
the host.
Yeah, but this is the moment when people have clicked on the video, so they're still, for a split second, looking at the screen.
Yeah,
so
so
we
can do
all
visual
mug the camera.
gags.
That's true. I falsely accused you of the opposite in the previous episode.
That's true.
Mhm. All right.
Man, I did so much editing last episode just for 2 people named Phil.
I listened to it also.
Yeah, but you
But I
would
was here
listen
for
to
all
it
of
no
it.
matter what.
That's true.
You also have us listen to it again on the after the show's over.
Oh, yeah, on rewatch.
I gotta get in our
Mhm.
register.
Yeah, command line better.
Do you want to actually do the format this time and start with the quote and
Yes.
then
I
do the
remembered.
recap?
I remembered and I had it ready. I had an hour to get it ready, so
Season 2, Episode 4. Crashing on quite blindly. You must not change one thing, one pebble, one grain of sand, until you know what good and evil will follow on that act. The power of changing can shake the balance of the world. It is dangerous, that power. It must follow knowledge and serve need. To light a candle is to cast a shadow.
Fuck yeah.
Bars. Absolute bars.
What? Oh,
Ominous.
Roma, I
bars.
see you. I see
Mhm.
you out here.
What bars?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I see you out here with the to light a candle is to cast a shadow.
Mm-hmm.
That feels very Ursula Le Guin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're ahead of me on that.
Also, just to put it out on the table, the title of the episode, Crashing On Quite Blindly, is a line from Pawn Hearts.
Yeah, guys, remember, talk to your players.
Yes.
I think it's in the
I'm gonna-
first stanza of the first song. Sit alone upon the highest cliff top, dun-dun-dun, as far as I can see, yada yada, something something, yada, crashing on quite blindly to the sea. That's how it goes.
That's basically correct.
Yeah.
Are you already making the thumbnail? Over there in the corner? I see that.
No, I'm just creating the game state right now.
Oh, okay.
Ricardo, you gotta use those things I made to make a thumbnail.
Oh, true.
So, hearken players. Point number 1. Remember, you are magic.
Mm-hmm.
Remember your mission. Neither can win. Talk to your fellow players. Play against the course of history or be swept away. Remember to say no. Act quickly and mind your surroundings.
That's a good one. I like that last one.
Yeah, that one's a late addition, but it's also very good.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to pick back up. You guys come back to your herd. And
Do we want to do a recap?
oh, recap, right? We do recaps.
Well, mind your surroundings is because when I minded my surroundings, I saw that there was a river there.
Yes.
And that river crashed down upon us.
Mm-hmm.
Because of me. I connected the waters to the waters.
Waters
Water
to the
and
water.
water and water, water and water and water.
Waters to the waters.
Are we not going to do a recap?
Yeah, we can do a recap. I forgot that's part of the format.
Okay.
Do it.
You asked, are we going to... Okay. Well,
We slaughtered the timeline.
I killed a really bad guy with a really cool sword.
That you got from an angel.
I got from an angel that he killed. Yeah, that was nuts.
Maybe. I don't know if that
Yes.
angel is actually dead.
He like smashed.
I know there
her
was a
head
lot
in.
of blood. Okay, but she's an angel. Is she dead? Do we know that?
Sure, she might have abilities. Yes.
Are we confident
Her
that
head was not smashed in.
Oh. Okay.
Just like part of her face.
No.
What happened to her then?
You put the red ruby eye, you transmitted it to Uruk,
Yeah.
who then was being attacked by the angel, and then he got his arm cut off and then entered like a rage and then chomped a bite out of their shoulder.
Yeah. And then
punched him
her
really,
head in.
Well, punched him really hard, yeah.
You described it as like a super punch to the top of the head and blood splatters everywhere.
That's true.
So that to me sounds like her head is gone.
I was imagining the blood is coming from the shoulder area also.
Oh, okay.
You know, if you punch or kick somebody in the head just right, you can open up a cut. Happens all the time in mixed martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was imagining happening with that. Is that like there's clear damage right there from a punch, but I wasn't reading it as they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so second time's the charm. We encounter a guy who we would know as Gilgamesh, but introduces himself as Uruk, the Lightning Lord. And he is like, "Hey, you guys are kind of cool-ish. You want to help me kill this thing?" And then we tell him, in our time, you come to regret those actions. And he's like, "Oh, maybe you guys are total losers. Fuck out of here." And then he goes off and tries to do it himself. Sigh.
Point of order, he introduced himself as king, ruler of the kingdom of the sky, not as lightning lord. Continue.
That is true.
Of the sky people. Yeah. Of the sky people.
Yeah.
That's
Are angels people?
Tarbug has an answer for you on that.
Do they have do angels have the same rights that people do? In command line.
Okay, in actuality, I'm going to say they have most of the same rights as people do. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
The problem with having rights is that you can't have a right without also creating an obligation.
You can't have a right without a wrong.
I feel like asking if they have the same rights is like the wrong question.
That's
right.
True. I agree.
Angels have moral status, and that's the important thing.
That is the thing I'm actually asking. Yes.
Then we try to chase after the guy, and a poor animal who was part of the cult of Humbaba was running for its own life after being partially devoured, and then I fully devoured him in a fit of blind hunger as I was trying to get more power, while everybody else looked on and watched, largely approving of this.
I was neutral. I was neutral on it. I had bigger fish to fry.
I said, take a leg.
You said take a leg, and boy did I, and then some. And the gravity of the thing that I didn't catch up with me until later. Then we got down there, and then I started summoning the river over us because what is the natural predator of fire and lightning? Mm-hmm. It's a water.
Yeah, meanwhile, the big
I love the puzzle solving there.
And
Pokemon taught me wrong.
I mean, I was also worried about the fact that we were bringing water to the electricity guy, but
I'm like, what an easy way to game end all three of us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But hey,
Hey, if we die, we die.
That cool angel lady came in with the assist right when we needed it.
True.
Yeah.
And that's when I got a sword. So,
Right.
Yeah,
And
that's when you
then
got
I like
her sword.
Yeah.
her sword. Which
Not his
like
anymore.
happened because this wall of ivy in your mind that was out in the daylight, and you opened a door and walked through it, and that is the thing that gave you the sword. We really should follow up on what the hell that was.
Yeah,
I wanted to talk to you more about that.
Yeah, my headmate and I really gotta do some talking, because we're not the same person. Like you two are the same person with your headmates.
Hey, I just haven't followed up on it. I'm ignoring my reverse tulpa.
Yeah.
Well, reverse Tulpa is so funny.
Perhaps we can do some work on that today. In fact, I'd like to.
Yeah.
I'm marking that down
then
as a flag.
The way that we beat Uruk is I manifested some necrotic flesh, specifically an eye, out of my own chest, and then we teleported it into the flesh of Uruk. And then him being corrupted by it and unable to deal, got him like knocked out of the sky, and then we went and finished him off.
Yeah.
At great effort, almost squandering the opportunity that was afforded to us before we turned his hand into a gauntlet full of his lightning power, wisely not releasing its destructive essence across the entire cosmos.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, good job on that one, everyone.
Also, I got full stats now.
Yes.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yes.
Roma, I meant to ask you, did I like heal when I when I got a cool sword or something?
No.
Okay.
Savor those health points. You're not getting more.
I can eat other stuff.
You could also have, I don't know, food for thought.
Indeed.
We want to read the word food very broadly.
Yeah.
I hope. I really hope we want to read the word food broadly.
Cue Roma saying, all those words were very intentionally chosen.
It is the most base of any of the words.
Yeah. Food, correct. Yes,
Food,
that's true.
Yeah.
It is the least flowery word that isn't a conjunction.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's where we're at.
Um,
Humbaba is swept away by the river, presumably lost at sea. I'm just imagining him like being tumbled out into like the open ocean and him just like walking back. That's what I like to imagine he's up to right now. Maybe he's accumulating some fish, guys. I don't know.
Oh no, we're gonna have to fight Along Pain.
Hey guys, welcome to Arlong Park.
Yo, let's go.
Jurassic Arlong Park.
Yeah. Guys, fish used to be way scarier.
Fish used to be way scarier, dude.
Yeah. Fish, I think, have always been the scariest type of animal.
Sea
worms.
Animal?
Worms. Fair.
Anything with no legs.
Yeah, like we're like they can go places without them. Like what the fuck? What's going on there?
I feel
with
like
no
that's the
legs
broadest
or
answer.
too many legs.
Oh,
True.
yeah.
You
I respect an animal.
just have to have the right amount of legs.
Speaking of funny animal parts, that's the world we're in right now.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah.
Should I place you?
Yes, please.
All right. You are returning from battle back to your herd. You've crested the hill, and you can see your camp lit by a dwindling flame that you left probably not even an hour ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We're gonna have to explain the noise to them.
The noise.
Yeah. The noises that
Yeah,
happened.
the rush of the river, the crack of thunder across the sky, the various other noises that may have been made.
Yeah,
You say
about that
that?
river. That river is
Oh
now
shit.
entirely flowing like back, not towards your herd, away from your herd, where
Okay, good.
Okay.
it has been redirected.
I was worried about a real this is for Tarbuck only, but a real Lem King situation.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
That would have been bad. But it didn't happen, so great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Curse is averted.
You get back to your camp, and you are met well by the old and wise Hoshama.
Yeah.
Some of the I think the herd has they have calmed around the fire, and they have started to huddle around it for warmth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hoshama meets you on the edge of the camp, probably just out of earshot for them. Do you have anything to say to him?
Ooh,
I feel like everyone in this party has more to say to him than he does to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna lead with, so we killed Uruk, the king of this place?
Self-proclaimed, but is that a name you know?
Hoshama replies, you've done a great deed to slay that foul king of the east. Yeah, yes, I have heard of him. Sometimes travelers from far off lands would speak highly of his creations. I'm gonna go with creations. Many spoke of him with a foul idolization.
What do you mean creations? Can you speak more to that?
Temples and statues, temples and statues of the many gods in those lands. Many of which, well, maybe all of which now lie dead.
Well, that saves us a lot of work in the future, I guess.
As far as I knew, he was one of the last of them.
What do you know about the land to the east? Are there... And she gets a stick. No. Yes. She'll get a stick.
Okay.
And draw a very iconographic picture of a human.
Okay, if you're on the level of a stick figure, we also look like that right now, and so does he.
Not the level of a stick figure, but not so iconographic that you couldn't
not a bathroom sign.
No, not a bathroom sign. Like a cartoon character. Just a quick oval head, round ears, example
Okay,
really
so you're drawing like Charlie Brown.
Yes, but like if he was taller, if he had like normal human
Yeah.
proportions,
Right.
just to
Okay.
like evoke and especially to like distinguish the differences between these people and the human body. I mean, yeah, I'd ask him. It's like, are there people like this there? Because this is what Aruk looked like.
He would say that the most alike creatures he's seen to Uruk are uh are you three when you entered this when you came out of the cave.
I see.
And you right now,
What?
Sheila. He wouldn't refer to you as
Zalon,
that, but he would
Zalon
gesture
looks
to
the
you.
most guy-like, I thought.
No, I have weird scales. I have
No,
like
That's true.
they both have
Yeah.
a bunch of freak monster parts. You do
That's
not.
true.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't.
You look like a human. Are you a goat or a sheep by choice? You were between those two.
I'm like, I mean, I was thinking more like
We're blending, so
Are
if you want to
you
blend, you can blend.
I was thinking
you
more
goated?
like gazelle antelope type vibe.
Yeah, okay. So you're like half
Okay.
gazelle, half human.
Ish.
Yeah, like you have taller, sleeker proportions than
Yeah.
like these guys do. But yeah, that's what he says. He says that
Okay.
you guys are the most like that he's. He the he would tell you. He could tell you that, or well, he will tell you this. I have heard that the people of that place are called Men of Wolves, but I have not seen one before. I've not seen one of my own.
No wolves.
All right. Maybe I lied about not taking notes anymore. Men of Wolves.
That's interesting.
Well, I'm gonna directly blurt out. Oh, that's interesting because when we came from, we looked a lot like him, but just smaller.
He seems confused by this information. He doesn't really know where to I guess he can say here, I'll have him explain. Hoshama says the place details of the place you come from elude me. Are you from somewhere we could reach? Or somewhere beyond that?
Depends on how long you could live. That's the key problem.
I don't know that I don't know that he knows about. And I just kind of trail off.
This is the most one of them has asked you about anything.
Okay.
So
yeah,
the closest one has come to asking you something is saying that they don't know something basic about you.
From what we have observed, we believe that this place is that we have been brought to a time from our past, and that we are people of your future.
Looking for recognition.
When we were sent here, we were told that we were being sent back as far as we could go in order to try to fix the things that happened that led to the demise of the world that we lived in.
Will it be a bright future for us?
It will now. Now that we're here, it was not a bright future for us, but that's why we're trying to fix it.
He is reckoning with this information hard.
Mm-hmm. This time,
He might cry a little bit.
sure.
I think he'd hold his nerve, though. I think he'd hold his nerve in front of you.
He can get emotional. It's fine.
He will probably do that later.
Oh, he doesn't. I mean, I'll say, do we see that he's like, whoa, taken aback?
You can tell.
I mean, I'll say to him, you don't have to hold back for us.
I will keep my dignity around you.
I'm gonna say, like, look, there was joy and comfort and sadness and anger where we came from. It was everything all the time. But that means that there were good parts too.
It was everything, every way, all at once.
What is this Sonic character, and why did you post them?
That finally went through? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's Lanolin the sheep from Sonic.
Cool.
Her name is fucking Lanolin. Fuck Sonic.
She has little hoof fingers. It's great.
I was thinking about the other day how, like, damn, they really called him Sonic because he was fast, and Knuckles because he punches stuff, and Tails because he has those.
And Tails because he's Tails.
Yeah.
But he's also fast, which is why his full legal name is Miles Prower.
Yeah, shout out to Miles Tails Prower.
Oh my god, Tails is black? Crazy.
And an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, please move on.
Okay.
I mean, hey, I'd like to. Okay,
No,
okay. He says I'm
saying
holding my
back to the conversation. Get off of Sonic.
I know. I'm doing that.
Okay, geez.
He said.
So the last thing that we said to him or that I said to him was that there's good and bad in our future, and we're trying to make it better.
Well, after realigning himself, Oshama says, I'm not sure what happened on the other side of the mountain. We could only see and hear so much, but whatever you did has caused, and he like points to the dry riverbed that was once like passing by their camp. It seems that the water of the swamp is flowing out to sea. So by next sunrise, we should be safe to cross.
Indeed.
Yeah. That was me. I did that. It was very helpful in killing a rook. And then the thing that was off in the east is we saw a person like sunlight in this clouds gets, I don't know about struck down, but certainly wounded, and then land off to the east where we're set to go.
This was hers, and she like, pats the blade on her side.
I was eyeing it, but made no word for or against it. The children spotted the fallen star. Oh, I just threw that. Don't fiddle with your rings too hard. Yeah, the children spotted the fallen star, and they say that they can guide us to the east once we get there to find the point of impact.
I've also spotted it.
That's good. I'm hoping it's somebody familiar. She looks like a friend of ours.
Sheila, when you say I also spotted it, do you look for it?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool. Make a connection roll.
Yeah, you know I love to do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm so fucking
Connection
good
rolls.
at it.
Connection rolls. One of your favorite rolls.
Yeah, it's probably number one. Although maybe I should start liking other rolls more so I can get those stats up.
Yeah. It helps to be a rounded person.
It's 20.
That's a 20. That's a good number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can see the point. There is like a twinkling there's like a twinkling star that you can see like through the forest and like through the terrain off in the distance. It is like kind of blinking and like flaring as if it is unstable.
Yeah.
You can also see that it is part of a constellation.
Whoa.
You can see a line between it and the other stars that are in the sky still.
The other stars that are in the sky.
Yeah, the countable number of stars.
Does the line connect to all of them?
There are 6 stars in the sky.
Okay. And 1 on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
The other 6 sisters, yeah.
Yes.
Of the Pleiades.
Yes. 7 sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, you need to say something. You need to say a little bit more. I feel like Ricardo hasn't converted to stupid Christianity, so you might need to explain that to him.
Look, I know about Pleiades not in stupid Christianity. I just know about Pleiades because I think astronomy is cool.
Okay. In the book of Job, in the book of Job, the oldest book in the Bible that was actually written down. It was written while events in the first books of Moses do take place earlier. They were not committed to paper first. Job was committed to paper first. In those books, Job is a guy, and he like says mean words at God, and God is like, "Hey, where were you when I did all of these things?" And amongst his list of credentials that he's giving is it you who holds the 7 sisters or the Pleiades together? Can you loose the bands of Orion? And there are most constellations in the sky are actually optical illusions. We think that they're like this, but they're actually like this.
Mm-hmm.
So they're way apart from each other. Except for 2 constellations that are actually gravitationally linked because they really are close together. Those 2 constellations are Orion, particularly Orion's belt, and the Pleiades. The Pleiades cluster, all of those are close enough to each other to interact gravitationally with one another.
Pleiades cluster
Which is
commonly known as the 7 sisters because there were 7 of them,
mm-hmm.
and one is like you can't see it anymore.
You can't see it with the naked eye anymore. It is still there, but
there's still light from it, but it's so dim that you need like equipment to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's that means that like regardless of what you think about actual reality, the story of that constellation being 7 and then later 6 happened while we had language to hand it down.
I wonder if that's a God thing. The fact that it was 7 and now is 6. Anyway,
that's one of those proof things where how would they have known that there were 7 prior to the invention of telescopes, other than an ancestral memory of the story? Yeah, there's multiple explanations, but like anyway, the point is, we just watched one of those stars fall.
Yeah. I'll like point to it. I'll just like point my finger at it and say, if we head in that direction. Can I tell how far away it is, Roma?
You can only see towards or away. You cannot see place.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I'll
we have to play Marco Polo with it.
I'll
Or like
say
hot and cold.
I can't tell how far. I imagine it will, still be some amount of journeying, but it's there.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it when I went under the water to fight the swamp guy, the big you saw.
I love how that sentence started out so well. I'm saying this to you.
Yeah. Believe it or not,
in character razzle.
Believe it or not, sometimes I don't always have the words. Even me.
Gotcha.
I mean, who
I think Hoshama breaks and returns to the herd.
We'll follow him.
He sits kind of on like the edge of he sits distant from the fire, but like still touching the light.
I'm gonna ask him what he knows about the fire and like point at it.
About the fire?
About
fire.
Okay. Yeah. He would say that for us, fire has always been the domain of the gods. We have never had it of our own.
Well, I mean, you can make it with your hands, but I was never really good at it.
If I'm honest, I am frightened by it.
Well, that's smart. It is really dangerous.
That's very reasonable.
But it's like it's safe as long as you put some rocks around it.
I think there's like, let's see. I think Balan, your child, Batsua, little is like poking into the fire with a stick and like stoking it, and like they knock some of it down and it falls in, and then that like creates like a puff up, and there's like some excitement and like some fear tinged excitement in like the near crowd. Mostly the younger ones.
Yo, Zalan.
Yeah, Zalan.
Camping guy. Go.
Oh. Okay, is there food around?
Food?
Are you gonna teach them how to cook?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What do we eat? What do they eat? My bad.
Mostly like fallen fruit, primarily nuts, that kind of thing.
Nuts. Okay. Oh my god. Yes. Okay. Has salt been invented?
They don't have salt.
They don't have salt. Okay.
You could find some.
I want you to know that I laughed at that, but I was out of the room.
Yeah, up until pretty recently, your two choices for salt was a plant would extract it from the ground for you, like tomatoes. Tomatoes are really salty when you grow them in your own earth. Or you go to the ocean.
Yeah.
Okay, I grab.
The ocean is relatively nearby.
It's not super far away.
It's within eyesight.
That's too much.
Fast.
We are fast, but okay, this is what I do. And
you are magic.
I am magic. This is what I do. I go near to where Batsua is. I dig a small hole near the fire, right?
Mhm.
I surround that hole with rocks. I take dry twigs. I put them in there in the hole, right?
Mhm.
I
They're
take
watching you with like fascination.
hmm I take one of those twigs. I light one of its ends on fire and throw it in the hole with the other dry
How do
twigs.
you light
I
it on
create.
fire?
I I put I put it in the I put it in the fire.
Sentence.
Yeah, I took one of the dry twigs.
Mhm.
I put it near the other fire to light it on fire.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah. And I throw that in the hole that I created with the other dry twigs.
Basically, yeah.
And hopefully that creates a fire. Does it create a fire? A separate, smaller fire?
Mhm.
Right. Then I look for a flat rock,
Yep. You got it.
right? I get some nuts. I place it on top of the rock. And I place that rock over the fire.
Mhm. They start to like roast up nicely. Um you have your uh your daughter Batsua is like, is like basically like clinging to your leg as you like sit and like stoke it,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like some other ones around. Um you feel hungry.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Um,
I don't like that.
Now, Jack,
Mm.
the smell, the roasted food, you haven't smelt cooked food in literally months.
Oh.
Unless you count the burning bodies over the hill, which
Mhm.
you would.
I get I
When you look at uh yeah, when you look at the herd gathered around this fire while you're
Mhm.
smelling food, make a connection roll.
Oh fuck.
What are you
Well,
going
get ready to stop me, everybody.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm ready. I am ready to stop you. Not yet, but
Yeah, both of you do that. Both of you make that connection roll. Zalon first.
both of them.
Okay.
Yep.
Can I feel it coming on?
No, it's sudden.
Okay.
It's like as soon as food enters. Okay. Jack, you feel.
That's a 13.
Here's what I'll say. This is gonna pass over both of you at the same time.
Wow,
Okay.
Both you got a 13.
Okay. You have a 3 in connection?
Yeah. I have not leveled connection.
What?
Yeah, connections
Yeah.
is yeah.
Okay.
I have a build in mind, okay?
Okay, but clearly this is what peak performance looks like. So get on my level.
I know. My build has gone out the window.
Okay. Salon, you feel you look down at your daughter clinging to you, and momentarily a dark thought passes through your head, which you quickly shoo away. Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Your left eye temporarily turns black, and you stand up and get just and like take a step unknowingly, and then with your right hand you grab your left arm and like pull it in, and then you like take control back.
Okay.
Can could I have seen that, please?
Yes, you saw that.
Real Shoggoth vibes over here.
Yeah, I got a hand on the handle of my sword with a look to Jack, like, whoa, dude, what was that?
Do you actually say that?
No, but she gives you the look like
In English, I say it's fine. I've got it under control.
I
I've got it under control.
Jack. Oof.
Yeah, I know.
I
Sheila, do you do anything?
um
I'm asking you the full question right now to make it conscious.
so um hmm. Damn.
I'm gonna give you 30 more seconds.
I wish I just had like one more point of something. What are you
Okay,
doing, Tarbuck?
point number 3. Talk to your fellow players. Please
Right.
share with the class what's going on in your mind.
I mean, I have a magic sword that cured me of any bestial happenings. That's because I connected to it, though.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I think that I'm just gonna burn up if I touch that.
Probably
is my thought.
But, I mean, it burned me until
Did that hurt? I don't remember.
I didn't take damage, but when
No, but
Roma described when I touched the handle, it was like scalding, and then when I established the connection, it wasn't. So okay, I'll talk to Jack. Okay, I'm talking to Jack. I'm talking to Jack right now. In English.
Okay.
English. What you did with the ruby, the red eye. You were able to evoke that, and then with our help, you were able to separate it from yourself.
Yeah.
Cleanly. It was a clean break. Do you think you'd be able to do that again?
I think a part of that was probably heat of the moment. I know how to start, but I don't know if I have the oomph for it.
I mean,
the thing that I'm gesturing to here out of character is, yeah, when I did that, it was a catalyst roll.
Right.
Yeah, that make like I don't know what kind of numbers I need in order to eject any of this stuff.
Right. Sure. I mean, yeah, neither do I. Which is why she will suggest, I can help you if you want to. And so
that's probably for the best. It's getting worse.
Yes, I can tell.
Zalan, your nuts are cooked. You take one from the rock and you chomp into it and you crush and grind it between your molars. You are still hungry. Heal 1.
Thank you. I needed that.
You share it with the others.
Thank you. Also,
Not these two. I just meant the herd.
Yeah. I know. I just want to say I love like deep roasted nuts. They taste so good. Anyways, I think I might want to take a trip to the ocean, to that sea that's an island.
Yeah. You gotta get some grain and do that with some grain so it pops like popcorn, and put some salt on it. It'll blow their fucking minds.
Oh my god.
They've never eaten shit like that ever.
That will be equal magic to the creation of fire.
Yeah.
A weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
You turn this food into a different thing? What the fuck?
Do we have maize?
Yo, we got corn.
Is there any around? If you looked around there, you would not find any.
I mean, corn is a very close relative of grass.
Yeah, in that it is a kind of grass, and
Yes.
it's just highly specialized.
Yeah.
But also, you got to think about what corn looked like a mere 1,000 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I said maize and not corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So Sheila, Jack, are you doing something?
I was gonna say I can punctuate that conversation, or we can do something right now.
I bring up the fact I bring up wanting to go to the sea. That's why I do.
Okay, you say that to us?
Yeah, I'm like, you want to go take a swim?
I mean, we just did swimming. It didn't really go so hot.
It might be good to get some breathing room if we want to try something. I don't even know what the word.
Dangerous?
Unexpected? Dangerous, yes.
Yeah, dangerous to me personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Potentially
Because
dangerous to everybody else.
Presumably this is in English, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we don't know how long that's gonna take.
It shouldn't be long.
How long? How many times do we want to leave these people alone?
That's a good point.
May want to wait until first light.
Yeah.
But will my hunger be?
That's a good question.
How many nuts am I gonna have to eat to feel not hungry?
Probably.
I don't think that.
Probably. Yeah. I don't think
the hunger. I don't think the hunger comes from hunger.
Yeah.
Which I say to you, if we can make this diegetic.
Yeah.
That was meant to be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You say that, and he would like a grimace. He's like scared.
Do you remember
the frightful one?
This is Sheila.
Fearful.
Sheila parentheses English. Do you remember what Samson said to us?
Oh, Samson! I haven't thought about him in such a long time. No, I.
That's interesting. I thought about him like an hour ago. With the
Yeah, that makes sense.
I recall him very clearly saying something along the lines of when that device was deployed that he'd never seen cogs eat before. I can't help but feel like this is a rooted in the same power.
That says way worse stuff about the cogs than I was even thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
Zalan was reeling when you said that.
I do my homework.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, we didn't.
I'll tell you, it certainly feels like there's a void in my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying not to think about it.
Yeah.
My void feels like it's not in my stomach, like it's in my heart.
Oh. I think that's like a hand on shoulder moment.
I'm gonna try and find Hoshama, and I ask him if I have family.
Whoa. You could know if you have family. You could just try to remember.
Yeah,
it.
but I'm just gonna ask him.
Okay.
I think a character interaction is cooler.
Okay. I'll follow you over there for that talk.
I would like to do something in the moment while they. Hello.
While they.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While you.
Yeah.
While they.
Yeah. While they go do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Jack, if you are still going by that.
Yeah.
Jack J. Fletcher.
The letter has to change every time. Now it's Jack F. Fletcher, F for fire.
Oh.
This is a good gimmick.
I'm not sure it'll translate to the herd very well, but
that's really just for us.
Yeah.
Fire might also just be a loan word for them, so yeah, it makes sense. It wouldn't translate well.
Let's see.
Are you ultimately fine with that?
Yeah.
Hoshama, you approach Hoshama, and you ask him, like, oh, hey, Jack speaking. Do I have any family that you know of or something?
Mm-hmm.
And Hoshama responds to you saying that Ephron, the one living inside you, was once the brother and guardian of Nehorai, who is like a young
Nehorai.
male, young dude goat.
Oh, they're brothers.
Yeah.
That's sweet. That's the guy you play ball with.
That is.
Oh.
I have a long list of guys where it's like every time you're like, oh, I'm gonna interact with a random one. I'm like, well, I might as well make it like, well, actually, it's not random. It's this one.
Yeah, because there's like 40 of them. So.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't have names for all 40, by the way. I have names.
I guess
like
I'm gonna. Yeah, half is impressive.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna like see if I can find him, and presuming that I do, because there's not that many people to choose from.
No, you can just like you said like, can I find Hoshama? And I'm like, Hoshama is like within eyesight. You could just look at him.
Yeah, he's right there. I imagine we were having that conversation while standing directly next to him. Because we followed him over to the fire.
Yeah, 40 people is not very large when you have 2 bonfires.
Yeah.
And also when most of them are like
3 feet tall. Yeah,
like 4 feet max, 3 feet usually.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna say to him,
he's currently eating some nuts.
Oh, nice. Cool. I'm also going to have a nut as like the I don't know, icebreaker.
I think he picks up a rock and he throws it at Batsua. Like a pebble.
Okay.
He's not like wheeling it, but he is like annoying them.
Easy there, guy. You you got to teach him the game first. Anyway,
he looks up at you with innocent eyes. Roll connection, Jack.
Ooh.
Oh shit. All right, don't fuck this up.
And please don't eat Hoshama.
No, different guy.
This isn't Hoshama. This is
No,
Oh,
this is his
brother.
brother.
Right, this
This
is
is
brother, right? Okay, okay.
Nihorai.
Yeah.
Nihorai.
18.
Better than last time.
18.
A dark thought crosses your mind.
Hmm.
You need to fix this. Is your next thought of your own will?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Listen. You know that I'm different than I was, right? That the person in here, there's another person in here.
He nods.
Okay. I understand that I'm your brother, but I the one talking am a stranger.
He looks down and to the left, like kind of thoughtfully, like he's working hard through the concept. And then he turns back up and looks at you and says, "You're not that different."
Good. Yeah. Anyway, either way, we're both looking out for you. I'd like give him a little pat on the shoulder.
He throws a rock at you. He throws it at you harder.
All right. It hits me in the chest and I like catch it as it falls or something, or if it bounces then I snatch it out of the air and I'm like tossing it up and catching it. I'm like, yeah. We can that's the end of my scene right there. We can pan off.
All right. Be all good until morning.
Zalan was doing something.
Oh, was Zalan doing something?
Yeah, what's she done?
I because I messed up so badly last time. I wanted to redo my. I wanted to make, instead of a football, a dolly.
Oh.
Out of like
yeah, same material, out of
like twigs and
leaves
stuff?
and leaves, twigs, and like the fiber.
Okay.
Maybe use some of those nutshells.
I think you stay up through the night doing that.
I'd also like to have a family moment.
Oh, okay.
As long as we're doing it.
Yeah. I mean,
something to just kind of background.
Yeah.
Something to just kind of background. I want to this might overload the guy, but I want to, in the poetic way that I have been doing, explain some details about the world that we came from in terms of like what life is like to Hoshama.
Okay.
Like how many people are there? How do you get around? That kind of stuff.
Okay.
Don't step on my dad time.
Yeah. Don't step on Sheila's.
I want this to be a background thing. We can loop back around to it after I've gone through the bit.
I'm more than happy to trying to find a trajectory for the end of my scene with him to have that be what happens next. Cool. I think I'll just I'd like squat down next to him, like if he's still just like looking at the fire.
Yeah.
Completely forgot that Hoshama was your dad.
Yeah. He's
until just now.
He's my dad.
No, I remember that. Yeah.
I think.
No, everyone has important familial connections.
I think she'd say
that you aren't allowed to have in the first season.
It's true. It's true. The themes. We got them, folks. She says to Hoshama, "It scares me too." We our people used to think that, or maybe our people will did think that we could control everything. Even the most dangerous forces in the world were at our control. So arrogant.
So arrogant. Sheila is about to slam poetry the entire human race. The entire 21st, the entire post-enlightenment thought pattern.
Yep.
Hoshama, still staring into the fire, says, "It is led more by the wind than by the will of beasts."
Janai is still there, but I'm separated from her in a way.
He looks at you when you say Janai.
Yeah.
The name of his daughter rings loud in his ears.
I don't know if it's this way for the others or not, but there's a wall. And last time I looked at that wall, there was a door. But I couldn't pass through it, per se.
He ponders gravely.
She'll keep talking.
Okay.
I have her language, and her thoughts can come to me with great effort. And I have her body, which you know, but now you say your thing.
He says to you, "A wall is an unnatural thing. Something put it there. Something built it." Is she well inside you?
Can I check?
Make a connection roll.
Hot damn.
Do I even have to say that make a connection roll? Like, come on, guys.
No, you didn't, but
that one's clear. 16. Yeah. They feel a great relief, as if they were being crushed beneath 2 steel plates. And now they have melted away like water from ice.
I mean, I'll say that shit.
You just copy and paste in my narration.
I mean, if that's the vibe I get, then that's what I'd say.
All right, that's fine.
It's collaborative.
Now he cries, softly. Like he's not choked up. He's like just silent. He's a silent tearing down his goat face.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Do goats have tear ducts? Anyways.
Probably. Most mammals do.
That's an insult in Trinidad, by the way.
Why?
Do goats have tear ducts?
No. Calling somebody goat face.
Well,
I imagine it would probably be an insult most places.
Yeah. But it's in like the vernacular there. I guess.
That's cool.
Yeah, here it's just normal.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Sheila would say walls are unnatural. I'll see if I no. I'll tear it down.
And because I know that's how Simon likes to end scenes, we'll end that scene there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, actually, I'm transitioning in right about now.
Yeah. So walls. You
I don't know.
walls?
I don't know. I think my wall is probably keeping out some pretty bad stuff. With and I like gesture at my animal features.
Mm.
Do you say that with Hoshama right there in not English?
Yes. Yeah, this is a tone deaf moment. I'm going for it.
Good. I like it.
Mm.
Hoshama looks at you like he looks at fire. And like he also like moves out of your way in like deference.
And I see this and I like put together what it must have sounded like and
Yeah.
and
Sheila stands back up, scowling at you.
What? Like, I mean, it's true, and it's a problem that we're trying to solve, but like, well, you had to know, right? They all ought to know.
You're right. You're right.
Honestly, we're probably being irresponsible by not telling them way more about what we can do. All right, look. The monster guys over the hill who do all the eating.
Here's a question. Where's that gauntlet?
Oh, I've been like carrying it around with me.
Okay. Just checking.
In fact, I'm just gonna gesture. I'm gonna gesture over the hill with it. So, like the monster guys who are over the hill, over there, like the bear.
Mm.
Does it automatically do a pointer finger?
Oh yikes!
because Jack is holding it and Jack is using it to point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Oh my
god.
It points with its thumb, though.
Like good.
Weird. It's extra thumb.
Like that.
Do you know which one is the extra thumb?
I mean, no. If the fingers are symmetrical, then no.
I would keep track of it because I'm the one who pulled it off of his arm.
Are the fingers symmetrical?
This is the extra thumb.
Okay. Right, it was his left hand.
Yep.
So, looking at the palm, it'd be the thumb on the left.
Looking at the palm, it would be the thumb on the right. If you look at your own left hand, your thumb is on the left.
I literally said looking at the palm while looking at the back of my fucking hand.
Excellent. Okay. Arm gestures with the thumb. There's something there. Okay.
I mean, do we catch him up to speed? Do we want to have that whole conversation, or like what?
I explained the eating process and how we started doing it before we realized that it was bad, and now we're trying to take it out of ourselves.
Which I'll explain that I did when I made a bond with the sword.
Yeah, and then pause for reaction, but if there's not much, like if he doesn't like say something substantive, then we're gonna move along into, oh, by the way, we can like
There'd be a reaction.
Okay.
I think you would want to play. You would have to play that out for me to give
Okay.
the precise reaction.
Okay, so I was just about to do that. I can just resume what I was doing. All right, so you remember the monsters that were over that hill, the beast guys who like ate each other and like got each other's strengths and so on. Well, yeah, I started doing that like months ago. Haven't done it that many times, but I've kind of pieced together that that's a bad thing to do.
While you say haven't done that many times, he looks over your body and sees that you are riddled with monster parts.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have like bear arms, fish back spines, and like fish neck muscles, and like scarring around where your arm fell off when it rotted.
Yeah.
Do you have something with your horns?
I didn't change my horns, no.
Okay.
Not that I recall anyway.
Yeah. But you have a lot of you have scars like a tree does.
Cool. I want some hot fan art of that, by the way, when this gets bigger.
Yeah.
Scars are good and cool. Well, they're not good, but they are cool. Kind of like pirates.
Yeah. All right.
So he's eyeing me up, and I like catch him doing that. I'm like, yeah, I know. It was sincerely hard not to. It drags you towards doing it once you've done it once. So don't start. And all of this I'm trying to get out now.
Our next immediate goal is to find a cure. I was cured of the hunger when
he turns around.
Yeah.
He turns around to face the fire because like he's standing between you and that. And he like holds his he like puts both of his hands on his like walking staff, and then he like rests his head on it, and he like starts whispering. He starts like muttering and like whispering under his breath. And you watch as the two fires that are in the camp like start to depress and like sink into themselves very slowly.
Cool.
I'll make him roll.
Cool. I wonder what Hoshama's separation is.
That's a 20.
Oh,
man, that's really bad. Yeah, so he doesn't succeed, obviously.
Yikes! Dad.
With a Hoshama nat 1 on destroying the fire. Yeah. He like breaks out into a sweat that you can see, and then like collapses and falls over.
I go get him.
Yeah, I mean he's literally in arm's reach. What?
Yeah, I would like to grab him to make sure he doesn't hit the fucking ground.
Yeah. Yeah. You do that. If you didn't if you didn't catch him, he would have fallen like all the way to his shoulder in the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And he's when you like look over him, there you're frightened by what you see. He has like broken out in a sweat, and both of his eyes have turned a low red.
Whoa.
And he begs to you. He says, Janai, please. He begs Janai, please, remove this fire. Keep it away from us.
Yeah. I can do.
He like
I'll try. Yeah.
He like roils and like turns over, and like there's like a rock in the ground, like on the ground, and he like bites into it.
Whoa.
He's got the hunger too.
God damn it. Fuck. Yeah,
the whole herd is watching now.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't paying much attention to your like conversation. But now that Hoshama's like losing his shit, there's like a panic quickly spreading. Zalan, you also take notice.
I would like to oh man, and this sucks that this is what I'm gonna say, but this is my first instinct. The space around the fires, I want to like make empty.
The space around the fires,
like a little circle where the like a orb encompassing them.
You're gonna try and like deprive it of oxygen.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so not the space around the fire, the space that the fires occupy. You want to like void out, basically.
More like push everything away from it.
Okay. No.
No. I don't like that.
No, you don't like that?
No, that's bad. That's bad. I think that's a bad way to describe that.
Yeah, because I think Sheila has probably put together that void is bad.
Yes.
Void is like one of the worst things.
What if I
Okay. Well, while you're sorting out what to do, I'm going to stand up and at like clearly enough so that everyone can hear me and cannot mishear me say douse the fire in earth, and I'm just gonna like start picking up ground and throwing it on the fire.
Yeah, that was kind of my plan. And I was going to like find a big rock and throw it onto the fire.
I think Hoshama is like carried away down by some water by like some of the herd and
can we get Zalan's wife on screen? Can she be leading that?
Yeah, I was gonna list Zalan's wife among them, and then I was like, whatever, some of them, and Zalan's wife, sure. There is, let's see, Hosham was like carried off, and the children and the remaining herd like start throwing rocks and dirt into the fire. Let's see. Nehorai has trained for this.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that like some of the younger ones, as a total freak might call them younglings. Uh, I think they are viewing it. They view it kind of like the game that Nehorai was taught, where they're just like all throwing it in there, but like they seemingly don't like they're not grasping what's happening, so they just think it's a game. So they're like, yeah, and then you guys all work together and you put it out momentarily. The night is cold.
Man.
Some of the
That sucks.
Those younger ones are, I think. Let's see. Yeah, we'll have Batsua say something to Zalan like, oh, Zalan, I don't know if you're muted. I haven't heard you in a little bit.
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, I think Batsua, your Zalan's daughter, would be like, "Oh, now it's cold." And that's what I have to say about that.
Have I finished making the doll? Has enough time passed?
No, that's gonna be a little
No.
while.
Okay.
And there was some commotion. You'll have that done in the morning. Making a doll takes a while when you only have twigs.
He's doing stuff all night.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to go?
Yeah. Yeah. If I was making eyes at Jack before, not making eyes. Yeah. I
making
would
eyes?
definitely be doing it now. Of like, hey, dude, we gotta figure this out. Like now.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you actually say?
I mean,
I like real words.
Is that how you say
it? Not implications of dialogue.
She says, we need to figure this out tonight, or get as far as we can.
Yeah.
Because now it's more than us. And I don't mean to be rude, but I believe it to be your fault.
I mean, did you see him eat anybody? What?
And I think we go to break on that.
Yeah.
All right. Oh man.
All right, we're back from break. You guys are, you guys have just, Simon.
Yeah.
During the course of your night, you slept soundly, and you were resting well, but you were not visited by dreams. Until very suddenly you are roused when you hear a ringing sound in your head.
Ooh. Okay.
It awakes you suddenly. Make a connection roll.
Okay.
I'm going to note that if we're at the part where we slept already, I'm sleeping away from the camp in case I wake up in sleepwalking, eating people.
That's an 18.
Yeah. You can hear you feel a deep resonance from very, very far off.
Okay. I go towards it.
No, you're awake. And it is
okay.
resonating through um uh someone nearby. And when you turn and look, clutching his head is Hoshama, who is still like
Yeah.
laid out with a few people watching over him.
Yeah.
He is like clenching his head.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do anything? He seems to be uncomfortable, though not specifically in pain.
Hmm.
Do you think he has Samson in his head?
I don't know.
I hear that twang. I think Samson.
Yeah, me too.
Or do I just have a very limited soundboard?
Yeah, that's also possible. But
can I assess anything else about his like current condition from my roll?
Let's see. Ask me 3 questions about his condition.
Okay. Is this the same hunger?
This is not the hunger.
Okay.
This is something else. Your fellow players can commit 1 question to it if they want, to one of your questions.
This is not the hunger. This is something else.
Okay.
Today we're flexing the dialogue rolls.
What shape is it?
No, before you commit to that, color is a better question than shape. Although, maybe... Okay, we do already know what color it is. He had red in his eyes.
Correct.
But was that a result of soul connecting to the fire? Or was that the thing that's already in him?
I think I will stick with my question.
Okay, yes.
What shape is it?
Yes.
Its shape is not unlike your own. If you want to metagame another question, I'm open for it.
Okay. I think what we have learned from that is that we were correct. He is possessed in the same way that we are possessing. Okay. Well, clutching the head in pain, uncomfortable, that is a familiar posture. That is the Dr. Alvis posture.
I specified not in pain.
Yeah, not in pain. Yeah.
Not in pain, just
Uncomfortable,
just
not in
discomfort.
pain. Yeah.
Okay.
I would describe the discomfort as when you are trying to sleep and you can suddenly feel the pulse in your head.
Huh. Man.
Did he have it prior to the we wouldn't be able to know that from the circumstances.
That's not necessarily true.
Maybe. Yeah, you did make a connection roll for this.
Yeah.
Okay. Did he have it before the fire, or did he acquire it when he tried to put it out? That's my suggested question.
Simon,
I like that. I can take that.
Are you dedicating?
Yeah.
You're dedicating that question.
How fresh is it?
All right. This is not from before the fire, and it is not from the fire. This is right now.
Okay.
As you stand over Hoshama, he looks up at you, and he holds out his hand, and he holds out his right hand, and he asks of you, Sheila, lend me a hand.
She says that. You're different. Hold on.
He's not different. Quite.
I'll give him a hand and say, no, who are you in there?
When your hand touches his, you feel what I will describe as a strange pulling sensation towards the sky.
Weird.
Hey, anyone else awake right now? Decide that.
I can be awake. Yeah.
All right, Jack, you're awake. Zalan, are you awake?
I am awake.
All right.
But the player is not.
Yeah, the player's working on it. Yeah, you two can see plain as the rising sun. A light come from run up Hoshama's hand into Sheila's, and then to her head, and then to the sky, in a small ball of light that rises up very very quickly, and then you hear that tone, that second tone.
Yeah.
All of you hear it. Even the little ones that are gathered around you hear it. And then it comes back and goes into Sheila, through Sheila's arm into Hoshama. And then you can see you can see a golden thread from the sky to Sheila to Hoshama. Hoshama, visible discomfort subsides, and
now just to be clear,
he
just to make
sits up, yeah.
Just to make sure that everybody's clear on anything, I never told him that used to be my name.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
I never told him with words.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I got from that also.
I'm just checking. Then I will ask him, how do you know that name? I never told that to you.
He stands up and he says, in a different voice,
okay.
One of you opened the door. I managed to slip through. And he like holds up his hand to his head as if trying to remember. And then he says, "You were going to the ocean, right?"
What?
Yeah. To get.
By the way, he says that in English.
Yeah, that's fucked.
He turns and like looks at all of the the herd around him, and he says, "I think it's best we leave this lot here while we talk."
Yeah, sure sounds like it, doesn't it? I say in English.
I worry about their safety, but I guess that's always true.
He starts walking like towards the ocean.
I'll follow him very quickly. I'm right behind him.
Yeah. He's not very fast. He's still like in a very small body.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm in tow for this.
Zalan, are you falling in?
Yes, I am.
Oh, your doll is finished, by the way. Are you gonna?
Yeah, is it morning?
Yeah, it is morning. The sun is rising.
Amazing.
The sun is currently rising.
Is Batsua up?
Yes, Batsua is like in that little circle. I like just saw Hoshama like get up and start talking weird and then walk off.
I quickly give it to him like, for you, my child, and I go.
Now, question: you made a doll. Is it a doll of a sheep, or is it a doll of a person?
I did not even think it's definitely a doll of a person.
Ooh, fascinating.
I could draw what it looks like, but that'll take some time.
No, it's fine. I'm just imagining. I actually don't have something I have something that I'm imagining, but it's just like a little. I'm imagining like leaves and like a hula skirt on like a little like carved doll or something.
It's not carved. I could probably like make it in real life.
I imagine that like the head is carved and then like the rest of it just kind of has like some stuff on it.
None of it is carved.
Okay.
Like literally none of it. Yeah.
Is it like wicker or like what's the deal?
It's literally like fiber and like leaves.
Okay.
And like yeah.
I know the kind you're talking about, I think.
Yeah.
Feel free to post that whenever.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and find it.
Until then, Simon is following Hoshama question mark. The RPG text box says Hoshama question mark on it now.
Indeed, it do say that.
That's my favorite thing that an RPG can do. By the way, is just someone's name becomes has a question mark added to it.
Yeah.
Like a Bedman from Guilty Gear. They just had that question in mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys are walking in tow, behind Hoshama question mark. They hold up like a hand to their head, and then like look up and like trace lines that you can't see in the sky, and then say without like turning around to look at you, like they still are walking, keeping pace. They say, "Seems like you're the mission's going very well, I see."
I think she like stops very intentionally.
Yeah, hang on. Who are you?
She has a hand
like,
on
there's
the
a-
sword and says, "Yeah, that's exactly what I want to know."
He turns around. He doesn't stop walking, but he. Oh, okay, one of those. I'll put that up on screen. Oh, it's so tiny. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, he doesn't even like stop walking. He says, "I'm just borrowing this body for the moment. Unlike you, I couldn't fit my body through the door. Just a small piece of myself. You should remember me if Eugene did tell you my name. Vulcanelli."
Huh.
All right. Well,
$2.
cool. All right.
I thought you.
We could have used a little bit more of a warning about what we were stepping into, but yeah, all right.
We didn't have very long. If I could have,
Yes.
I would have. I would have trained you myself personally for as long as I could have, but all of my previous acolytes were destroyed when the world came to its end. You were all that I had.
It's a firm hand-off sword at that.
That's heavy. That is heavy.
Yeah. Well, happy we could lend a hand.
You say holding it up?
Yes.
I'm glad your camera came on for that. He eyes it with caution. But he does stop to turn, and when you hold that up, he holds up his hand and then like grabs the air, and it is not in your hand anymore. It is in his hand, and he like turns it over.
Hand back on sword.
Man, I gotta learn how to do that.
He says to yeah, he says to you, like he doesn't even look up from the gauntlet in his hand. He just says, he says, "Don't worry, I'm not taking this from you." And then once he's done looking at it, he lets go of it, and it goes back into Jack's hand.
Oh fuck! This guy's so cool.
Yeah.
You know, we're
he does add
still.
when he gives it back to you. Though I would advise against using it unless you're in the most dire of straits.
Yeah, we kind of put that one together.
We know this power is not to be trusted.
It might be better used
Do you have any
fuel than a tool.
As what?
As fuel.
And then Sheila remembers something.
What does Sheila remember?
I'm gonna look at my notes for the exact phrasing, but Sheila would know it by heart. Sorry for the delay.
No problem. This is a player-induced delay. That means I don't have to edit it out.
Mm-hmm.
I only have to make myself look smart, not you guys. That's up to you.
Yeah. I think I spent all my credit in that area last episode.
By being really clever?
Yes.
I think you've got plenty left in the tank, Tarbuck Transom.
Oh, certainly. But, like, as far as the economy of the show goes...
True.
Did I not write this down? Oh. Something along the lines of, this is what Sheila says. Every alchemist knows you must make an exchange for what you want. Is that what you mean? Like, she quotes that line and says, is that what you mean?
Let's see, what do you have to say about that? I think you would say a wise alchemist will leverage the rules of the world to get more back than they put in. But you are more or
but
less
you're not
correct.
gotta know the rules first.
Which we are...
I think you have found many on your own.
Yeah.
This is certainly the truest place to find them. Here at the bottom of everything. And he keeps walking.
We're following.
Yeah. I'd say you're about
You got any suggestions on how to beat the fire guy?
halfway to the beach. Such a hilariously Jack question to ask.
Yeah.
Straight to the point. He just tweeted it out.
I think he would say I think he would say that defeating the beast is not a matter of combat. The Balrog is a part of the world. You need to find a way to close off that void.
Close off that void.
And he points to you. He points to your stomach.
Yeah.
With the staff in his hand, which you realize he's not like putting pressure on. He's just like carrying.
Close it off or fill it in.
Filling it is impossible. It is hunger itself.
Okay.
Hunger
Do you have any advice on how to do that?
Always to the point.
Oh, wise one, please give us the answer.
I think he would say...
we're kind of falling behind here.
I think he would say you might try this, and then he points to your gauntlet, or that, and he points to the sword.
Ooh. I was wondering if I could maybe cut a barrier around it, but I wasn't sure if that would leave him unscathed.
I'm afraid if you I'm afraid if you transmit away too much all of the corruption within him, there might not be anything left.
I wonder.
And he corrects himself. He says, well, there will always be something uncorrupted, but it might not be enough to live.
And this is a Roma question. We got here and we were hungry, right?
Yes.
Right, and so Sheila would say, I worry that the hunger might come from our souls. Right, like you say, it might not be possible to cut it out and
he shakes his head
behind. No?
Hunger doesn't
comes it
He says to you, hunger does not come from the soul, Sheila. It comes from the body. Even this body, small and frail as it is, feels it. I'm sure that every living thing in this place can feel it too. You have reached sand. You're now like along the beach. You can hear the waves crashing.
Okay, well, maybe we don't carve out everything, but I want to at least get back to where I started with this body of like I want to do something with this. And I gesture at the bare jaws that I've got.
I think he would say that in this plane, I don't have much power. I think you'd be better off applying your own force to it. I can offer what guidance I can in my brief window. And
that's all we'd ask for.
Walks up, he like approaches the ocean, and he like like stands in it, and then like scoops some of it into his hand, and then like scatters it.
Right, feeling stuff. I'm sure he hasn't done that in a while. They haven't done that in a while.
Thank you for correcting your pronouns.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they go by. They introduced themselves as Vulcanelli, too, which I thought was weird.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they did that with an air of distance.
Yeah.
To it, like my apprentice must have spoken of Fulcanelli or something to that effect.
Right. Well, I mean, and you know, there's Sheila saying this. Do we want to try and then see how far we can get, or?
Yeah. All right. So, well, do we want to do it the way that we did the hand, or do we want to do it the way that we did the sword?
The hand. What I did with the sword, you should not touch the hunger like that. I don't think. But Maybe we could use it to help, like I said, cut it out or form a barrier or something.
Okay. Well, you pull something out, you got to put something else back in, right? Right? I look over at Hoshama's body.
I think he would. I think he, without turning around, would say, "A man can live without an arm. A man can live without an arm or a leg, but can he fight without them?"
This guy's being real funny.
I'm going to actually say, right, a real GW. Which is literally just Jack talking to himself.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Simon gets what's going on here.
Okay. Which is
that Roma wants us to figure it out on our own. With a little bit of guidance.
Falconelli clearly went to the Princess Celestia school of teaching people things.
Yeah, yes. She will never just fucking say it to you.
Are you kidding? He built it.
Yeah.
In that he does not teach anything.
Just put them in a situation where they can figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just give your kid the can opener and you say figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this case, we just have the can.
We have the can and our teeth, which we probably shouldn't use.
We have a can and a can-do attitude.
There you go. There you go.
I really want to have him say, "You've got a real big can opener right there," and point at the sword, but
that's fair.
That's too meta. That's too meta. I can't have him say that. But no, in the 4 universe of Command X, he totally says that.
I mean,
yeah, all right. So player talk for a second. If I do the same thing to myself as this stuff, here, let's look at the wording on ignite, which is what got me into this mess in the first place. Channel raw energy from your food. The food is destroyed. Be changed. The food is destroyed. Channel raw energy from your food. Be changed.
Maybe we could channel like the raw energy, the raw electricity to like eat away at like the hunger or something, or at least like the parts that you have. I don't know if that would actually get rid of like the hunger itself.
Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that without destroying, remove a piece from the whole. Oppose regression. Oppose regression might mean that if I transmit the animalness, the change part of one of these bits of corruption out of me, that it might it could just take the pieces away. Like, if I transmit the bare arms, I just have no arms. Or it could take the oppose regression part might mean that like losing the arms is a step backwards.
Yeah.
But going back to how things are is also a step or going back to how things were before a change is a step backwards also. Another thought is, what if you ignite and consume that corruption? But it's channel raw energy from your food. The food is destroyed, be changed.
Yeah.
It's changed. It's like no language of destruction is here other than destroying the food.
Right, so you could destroy the electric power.
I think the gesture towards the gauntlet was that is the method, not necessarily the fuel, although fuel is involved.
Yeah.
Okay, let's think in metaphors here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Fire is void because fire consumes.
Mm-hmm.
What does lightning do?
It travels. I've seen lightning as like connection stuff where it like follows through things.
Okay. Between those two options, or with those two as two of the things, what would be the natural force that is analogous to dissociation?
What separates? What dissociates?
I don't.
These are big metaphors.
I think a lightning would be transmit, or like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because broadcasting is like radio coded. Radio is, an electric-y type thing.
Yes.
Ignite, in its description, is clearly destruction coded.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to assign elements to stats at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, basically. Ignite is clear. I think that was our wedge in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, look at your
lightning
sheet.
is transmitted.
So there's lightning on the left, and there's light over on the right, and then there's the cave on the bottom that form a triangle.
And the cave is the biggest part.
Yes.
Which is probably related to how we are hungry all the time. That's the influence. Okay.
Yeah. Well, am I correct in that the thing in the top right corner is supposed to be light?
Yes, you are correct.
Okay. And we were told that is what we should be trying to get. I will point that out. The conductor told us to gather strength and light in this new place.
That's a good note to have taken.
Yeah.
We gathered. Well, I would say that I gathered strength until pretty recently. I definitely would not say that I have gathered light.
I think I've definitely gathered some light.
Yeah, Sheila, remember how you're glowing?
I'm glowing. I thought my sword was glowing.
Your sword was glowing. When you bound it to yourself, you also began to glow.
Okay, cool.
The glow is not quite so vibrant when it is in the sheath. If you look at looking at yourself now in the morning light, your fur has started to change color.
To what?
The tips of it are like glinting, glimmering gold.
Whoa. Okay.
Hair changes color from the inside out. So,
The tips.
if the tips are glinting gold, then that's the innermost part. When your hair turns gray, it turns gray from the inside out for the same reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tarbuck, we both know how hair works, okay? We've done a lot of research.
We've done a lot of research.
Okay.
You can consider that a hint, but I don't think it'll help you very much right now.
It's coming from the inside out.
That's a Pink Floyd lyric, but...
Okay. Well, looking at the character sheet, it's clearly that the void of hunger is the greater portion of us. But that could just be a game mechanics thing. There's also clearly a space for you to write things in the lightning, and clearly a space for you to write things in the light, but they're smaller than the hunger.
Yeah. Man. Oh boy.
Wait, is there a like a Shinto thing happening here? Amaterasu and Susanoo and that third one I can never remember. Sun, storms, and dark, I think.
Yeah, something like that. That's
something like that. I was fun fact, I was the other day on the couch next to Roma.
Yeah, I think you brought this up.
For fun, looking up
Yeah, you were looking up every lightning god in mythology or something.
Yeah.
You're on like mythology god like wiki.
Yeah.
Like deity wiki. Fandom.com.
Yeah.
Do you remember the third sibling? It's Amaterasu, Susanoo, and...
I don't remember.
Yeah, Jack's not a big enough weeb, doesn't remember.
Well, the thing is China. And really, I've just watched a bunch of kung fu movies. Dude, Way of the Dragon, also known as The Chinese Connection. Jack wouldn't probably know it as The Chinese Connection, actually. Good movie.
We're a big fan of Hero in this household. But by the way,
yes.
The body of Hoshama is still standing over there if you have an intelligible question.
Okay.
He has been put in front of you. So please utilize him.
All right. So we as players have puzzled out that it's something to do with light.
The sun has just risen.
Yeah, it is like dawn and stuff. Okay, so... Well, between the two, I'm saying this to the fellow temporarily not known as Hoshama. Well, between the two options, I'd rather be full of light than full of lightning.
He nods.
Can you...
I think I can.
How do we go about doing that? give me steps.
Sheila, do you have an
idea?
I
do this, but this hand is the gauntlet.
When you do that, yeah, when you do that, out of the middle finger of like the chopping hand, so you like, karate chop into the palm of this gauntlet. Yeah, an arc of lightning like jumps out of it and like over the head of Hoshama and like into the water.
Jeez.
And like there's like a crack of thunder. Yeah, take 1 damage. Also, that finger is now like burnt to a crisp. Take that point in disconnection, or not disconnection, separation.
Oh, that was the one that I needed the most.
Hey, since when do you get to tell us when we take what stats we take damage in?
It's whatever roll you
But
fail.
it's the most relevant.
Whatever roll you fail.
That's never been true.
That has been true.
That has been true.
Yeah. That's the rule around catalysts anyway.
That's the rule around catalyst. That's not the rule around harm.
I said so.
I mean, okay.
There's my additional ruling.
It works out.
My additional ruling is I said so. They're fine with it.
I mean, yeah. Okay. Well, that is spent now, our 1 shot at dissociating.
Once you got some nuts.
Great.
Or someone can heal you.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this on. I like, if there's a rock around, I'm just gonna put it on a rock and I like not touch it. Ah.
Hoshama's body is taking great pleasure in the scenery and your antics. They're sitting. They have found themselves sitting like near. There's a spot where the sand is like flat and like a little wet, but not getting hit with water. And there's like as they're breathing in and out and like look with their eyes closed, there's like patterns and lines like swirling in the sand around them.
Whoa.
That are like fading. That are like
Cool.
fading and smoothing over.
Awesome.
There's 3 lines, in case you're wondering.
There's 3 lines.
I don't.
Well, I'm just gonna press on. All right. Ow. Can you give us like some concrete steps about what to do? For like being full of light, because obviously you can see that just bumbling around isn't really working out so well for me. Ow.
The lines suddenly stop around him, and then like a wave comes in and like rolls over them and like smooths them all out. And he stands up. He says, Jack, a man gains knowledge from learning and gains wisdom from teaching. I think I can. Let's see. What would he say? I'm trying to keep that Princess Celestia school going.
I mean, if he pauses, I'd speak up.
Go ahead. You can always speak up.
The way I did it was I opened a door. A door that was very deep inside of myself.
He looks up for a moment and looks back at you, and he says, "That door is unlocked. It is not open."
Unlocked. Yes.
Turning back to Jack, I think he says, there's a slow and and a crude way of doing this. The slow way would require long dedication to suppressing the void you've created inside yourself. The crude way will leave you with irreparable scars. Which path you choose is up to you. Is that a clear enough answer? Or do you have a further question?
Yeah, okay, so it sounds like the strats being proposed to me are the latter one is very clear. It's like embrace the sword and like probably the sun as the source of light. And a lot of my everything is going to be burnt away, and I will be rendered barely functional. Or rather, I'll be rendered not functional.
Really hurt.
And then the other way could either be like prolonged meditation, or it could be sectioning off bits of myself in this way and then restoring myself.
I think he would add
in the interim.
I think he would add to you that your actions in this world have bought us much time, but you still do not have forever before consequences come to a head.
Okay. Why does he have to be so vague?
I pull the sword out.
Okay.
Real.
He
so
doesn't.
Real.
He doesn't even twitch. He's still just like staring at Jack.
I like walk a little bit of distance between me and Jack,
and
I stick it in the sand, and I like sit down cross-legged, so the sword's in between me and Jack. And I say to him, "Try to take it from me."
Okay. Let me brace for impact first. And what I'm actually going to try and do with this is I'm starting by finally looking down into myself and seeing what's there. Like feeling out in the reaches of my mind for what is like how you can become aware of your breathing or your body and stuff, but but trying to do that for my soul and psyche.
Your mind.
Yeah. Because like obviously there's at least Efron in here. What state is he in? Am I doing all of this body stuff to him? Well, we'll start by grasping in the dark.
All right. Connection roll.
All right.
I love a good sit down and talk episode.
15.
15. All right. I think Jack you recede, and you go into, and you're back in that cave you woke up in, and you're standing. Yeah, and you're standing right next to Ephron. Jack, you are standing right next to Ephron, and Ephron is chained up just like you found him, and that fire that you originally found him with, that fire has grown and has consumed the whole room around you. That's where you find yourself. It is roasting in here.
Okay.
Ephron underneath his hood is drenched in sweat and panting, and the tips of his the flames lap at his feet or at his hooves and have burnt the hair off the bottom of his legs, and his hands that are chained up above him are the same way.
Is he all the way full extension, or does he have some slack to move? What's his range of motion like?
A little bit of slack, but he is there's not chains to the wall. It is a bracket on the wall. So that's a hard point.
Gotcha. Okay. I think I'm gonna start with taking his hand, and make eye contact, or try to make eye contact, and just up. I'm sorry I put you in this situation. I didn't know what I was doing, and I put my other hand on the bracket, and I still being used to being super strong, I try to crush it and pull it off, pull the bracket out of the wall at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, you hold up you take his right hand in yours, and you say all that, and you take your left hand to try and break it off. Make a separation roll.
Yep.
There you go.
That's bang.
There you go. That's how you do it.
Yeah, here's what happens. He's chained up, and you and it pops and rips as if Jack has the strength of you both combined, and you rip the second one off too, and you have freed Ephron. He huddles into the center of this small safe area, along with you. And he says, "Thank you for releasing me. I'm not sure how much more of that I could take.
I gesture at the fire, I didn't know what I was doing.
I think he asks you, do you know a way out of here?
I've taken... Kinda? Here. Come. I bring him in for a hug, and I have him by the other shoulder, and I'm gonna try and the way that I warp tackled Samson, try to jump out of here to a different location.
Okay. I think you're back. You come to again, and you're back on the beach. One detail I want to add: when you, right before you jump back to here, jump out of that vision. You and Ephron, like, you put your arm around him. Your arm, like, kind of sunk into him halfway, and you guys were, like, kind of overlapping in space.
Yeah, we call that clipping.
Yeah, you're clipping. Anyways, and then you come back to here. Now your finger is burnt. Yeah, all of your fingers are now, like, slightly burnt, and that one is only slightly burnt. Also, your hooves are burnt. That like scalding has, like, spread out all over your fringes.
Okay.
Can we get a hunger check?
You are still hungry.
Yeah. All right.
You feel like there's now two of you trying to resist it.
Oh, that's nice.
That's good. That's good. Okay.
That should make it easier.
Okay. It can't be filled. It's got to be, and we can't just directly put it out into the world. I don't think.
I would imagine.
Unless it's just like a different scale than Humbaba from us. Like if Humbaba is like the avatar of this thing, then we just have a little bit of it on us.
That sword is still implanted in the ground in front of Sheila, by the way.
Yeah. So I think my strat here is going to be I try to maybe if I'm saying this out loud in English of like, okay, maybe if I embrace it in I don't know love, maybe this will work. I'm grasping at straws here, and also I'm not really that great at that. And then I like the nearest mapping that I've got is like longing and acceptance at once. And I'm trying to like in the same way that I have hard looked at things before, and like with a little bit of the warp feel around it, try and get hold of this thing.
Yeah. Make a connection to the sword. You're trying to do this over a distance?
Like 10 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although if you come
actually,
try
you know
to
what?
take it, then you try to touch it.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Because last time I got close, I got super close to it. It like repelled me. It like made me sick.
Yeah. You keep what you feel like is a safe distance.
All right, connection roll.
Yep.
All right.
Can I help?
I nod. No, actually,
can I help?
Actually, that's a Hoshama nods.
Yeah. Sheila would like to help, like, guide Jack's hand, quote unquote.
I think Hoshama would walk over to you and like stand behind you.
Yeah.
And it would say, cast and focus the light of the sword on them.
Okay, so I should draw it.
You should draw it?
It's like in the sword. It's in the sand, so I should pull it out of the sand.
You do not need to hold it.
Okay. Then I do that, yes.
You focus the light?
Yeah.
All right. You don't want to give me any texture of that? You just do it?
I mean, I think, if it's like a broad like aura around it.
Yeah, it
like,
shines. Is a glowing object.
I'm thinking about like focusing it into like a beam. Like a shutter closing, like on a camera.
Okay. You don't have to roll for that.
Okay.
Oh, Zalan's back. That's good.
Hey.
Okay. You had a mic issue, and it like totally killed us.
Yeah.
It murdered us.
Yeah. He said he heard everything. Good.
Okay.
You are still muted. I don't know if he can unmute himself or if someone else needs to.
Muted.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I can hear him. That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so you focus that light. As you start to focus it, Jack, did you just roll connection? No.
I haven't hit it yet.
You haven't hit it.
So I'm helping him. So how would you like that represented?
He gets advantage.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the mechanical outcome of that.
The pathway is clear.
Yes.
Okay. And like the temptation that's still in my mind is to like hedge my bets on don't just dive into it in case it, fucking cripples you.
Mm-hmm.
But that feels too much of a compromise. Do not compromise when fighting for the future.
Yeah. Don't do it.
Oh, is that your catalyst?
That's my catalyst.
Yeah.
You you got that catalyst on lock right now.
That's triple advantage.
That's double advantage.
Guaranteed.
Oh yes, no, that's double advantage. 3 dice.
Double advantage is you win.
Yeah,
You succeed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed succeed. Just like double disadvantage is guaranteed failure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, let's pull the trigger on this. Let's
Yeah.
I'm trying to connect to this sword in the like. Oh wait, I colored it already as I was describing what I was about to do. Okay.
All right. Yeah, you you feel the light of the sword like focus in around you like a spotlight, and as it focuses, you feel like it brings you discomfort and then pain. Do you shut your eyes?
Do not compromise.
Okay, you keep your eyes open.
Grin and bear it.
There is
Like I'm probably squinting or something, but I'm really trying to fight it.
no, I like it.
Like to fight my body's like natural impulses of like no, like be open, resist. Like your reflexes are evil.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, so Jack, here's what I'm gonna say happens. Parts of you start to they start to burn up. Like your modified arms and your like modified jaw and your scales along your body and your fish thing on your back. Your fish
that whole fish thing you got going on.
Yeah, like all your fish stuff and bear stuff and like fucked up arm stuff, that all starts burning. And you start burning too. Take 1 damage in connection.
All right.
Take a point out of instigation and separation.
Whoa.
Do I maintain the damage in separation?
No. If it's
Do I take the damaged point?
the damage point goes in your connection, so you have 2 out of 3 connection.
Okay.
And then if you're taking off a damaged thing, then you don't need to flip another one. You're fine.
Okay.
Your vision becomes occluded by all the light, and you like get to where the only things you can see are Zalan and Sheila around you. Let's see. Take
I
another.
am intimately aware with what this feels like in the eyes.
Yeah. Take another point out of connection. Not connection. Separation and instigation.
Oh my god.
And take 1 more damage in connection.
All right.
Hold the sword in your hand.
Okay.
Yeah, take it.
So, behind you, I'm gonna for the sake of staging, I'm saying that behind you is the gauntlet. And that light starts to like arc. So that light is a spotlight, right? And in a ring around that spotlight, a like static starts to like cone around you, and like strike the gauntlet, and it starts like it like animates in a way. It like stands itself up.
The gauntlet?
The gauntlet.
Oh no.
So in like a this kind of way,
Yeah.
or in like a this kind of way?
In like a the elbow is in the dirt, and it is like catching lightning as it arcs around you. Keep that last point in separation. Take away that last point in instigation.
Oh my god.
Meat falls away from your body in chunks and turns into golden light and zips away like into the sky. You're holding the sword. You are no longer modified. How much of you is Ephron?
I feel like a very large amount of me, definitely.
Whatever amount of you as Ephron will roll into your personality.
Okay.
Man, I didn't do that shit.
Yeah, like the pieces of jacked mind that are being burned away by this process think I'm good with this, cuz let's be honest, I earned it.
Damn.
And then that that stuff burns away, and I'm like, I'm at least 60% Ephron now.
Very cool. Hey Jack.
Yeah.
You're holding the sword. You are no longer hungry. You feel significantly weaker, but you can still stand on your own 2 feet. Sheila, you're no longer holding the sword.
I was never holding it. But
you have, yeah, I know. It was That's not what I mean when I say holding. Put that holding
know.
in italics.
Yeah.
You are no longer the holder of the sword.
Yeah. You still have the scabbard. You are also not hungry.
Cool.
Okay.
Whenever the like spell is done, the light and Jack is holding it. The light like unfocuses and becomes radiant. Oh, Sheila, your hair goes back to normal.
Okay.
That gauntlet like flops back into the sand, having absorbed what energy it can.
Okay. Hoshama's body walks over to you,
and like holds the stick they're holding to your forehead and says, "What is your name?"
Me?
Yeah, to your forehead. Ask, "What is your name?"
Okay, the complete fucker in me wants to reply Jack Efron.
I mean, why not?
That
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? You set me up for it. I'm doing it.
Yes.
yeah, the setup and payoff. Finally,
Jack Efron. Let's go.
Jack Efron.
Yes.
still holding
I
the
want
staff
these
to your
become
head.
real.
Still holding the proverbial gun to your head. He asks you one more question. He says, "What is your mission?" Now, may I have a suggestion for what you say?
Yeah.
Whatever you say should be your catalyst.
Ooh.
That's what I'll say. That's what I'll slide across the table to you in a note.
Okay. See, I'm torn because I feel like do not compromise when fighting for the future is one, it hasn't been made text in the diegesis. Like nobody has said that. Just
Yeah, you could say that.
that happened.
This is an appropriate time to say that, I think.
Yeah.
You did just use it to do this.
Yeah, okay. From that perspective, it feels pretty earned. There, I was trying to like justify how to not just throw this one out when I put a lot of like an entire session's worth of thought into writing this one. You know?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
to get a full read on that, he's holding the staff to your forehead. And he asks you, "What is your mission?"
Do not compromise when fighting for the future.
He pulls the staff back and like twirls it between his two hands and like stakes it in the ground, and then like leaves it there. And he says to you all, "Now you know the path, and now you must learn your destination." And he points out east to the star that's still there. By the way, those stars that were there at night, they're still like the 6 of them in the sky are still hanging up there, and the one down below, when you look in italics at it, you can see it, and when he points it out, you can just see it.
Right.
He says, there are three. There are three very important beings that you must meet before you leave this world. And he says,
Is you checking notes?
He's not checking notes. I'm thinking of the most poetic way to phrase this, and
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with first you must meet a woman of no renown. Then you should meet the sole survivor from from another world. And thirdly, you shall meet the first man. The stars will guide you there.
Nod solemnly.
He adds.
Yeah, same.
He adds an addition. You'll find the woman in a flooded grotto, guarded by a terrible beast. Get past it and listen to her words. Am I clear?
Will we meet you like this again?
He starts to he's standing now like with the sun to his back, right? And when you guys look at him, you see that his shadow on the ground is like in the shape of a man instead of a goat man. And it is like flickering between the two.
I see.
At the moment. And there's like an audible buzzing noise as it does this. He says, I'm afraid Jack's sacrifice means that the door is closed for now. But if another of you opens it again, I may be able to grant you my guidance once again. No, and then he also wants to add one more thing. Know that the fight is not just happening here. The people of the future are fighting for their own lives too.
Yeah.
I think with that, Hoshama like collapses to one knee, and the shadow flicks back to just his, and you see that light, which had like there was a thread that was coming from there was a thread that was linking Hoshama to you, Sheila, and a thread that was woven together from all three of you that is like faced toward the sky. And that golden thread is like slinking away, and you see it like disappear into the heavens.
Yeah.
We have would like to speak.
Zalan is mortified.
Oh.
He is mortified.
Yeah.
He has a look of incredible fear on his face.
Yeah.
You want to detail some of the psychology behind that? Did a wave of shame for the effects of having eaten so many things laid bare by the jacrifice that I just made.
The jacrifice.
The jack. That's a good.
I think
word.
it's the opposite of that.
How so?
He sees that his power can be taken away.
Whoa. All right.
I think we'll end it off there.
Yeah. That's a good. That feels like a good. Yep.
Well, everybody, I guess we'll see you liners next time.
Peace
See ya.
out, friends.
Bye, Inara.